Hey, John, I see us on the old Newsmaker line. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kimmer.
Oh, golly.
This is Pope Francis calling.
Your holy wonderfulness. I'm so honored,
I didn't realize that Maria Shriver had joined the Kimmer Show staff.
Maria Shriver joined her staff, sir?
Well, I heard you were working with the skeleton crew today.
Skeleton crew.
Today is Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Do you know why Mexicans never cross the borders in threes?
In threes? I don't know, sir.
The sign says no trespassing.
No, tres, uno, dos, tres passing. So.
Do you know why the Mexican poisoned his wife, Mr. Kimmer?
No, I don't, sir, no.
Tequila.
Tequila?
He wanted tequila.
Tequila, see.
The Pope has 1 million of them because he only works 1 hour a week.
He's only Sunday, 1 hour.
Do you know the difference between Ted Cruz and Bill O'Reilly?
No, I don't, sir, I don't.
Well, Ted Cruz didn't mean to punch his wife in the face. Let's see. Bill O'Reilly threw his wife down a staircase, drug her up by the hair. He engaged in dirty talk with his producer. He was sued for harassment twice, but Ed Henry's on suspension. Yeah. You thought we sucking Blither selectively disciplines their employees. Yeah. Punish Ed Henry.
Unbelievable.
Pope needs to get off his soapbox.
No, that's all right, sir. You're the Pope.
Now it's time for Popenac, the Magnificante.
Popenac, the Magnificante, sir.
The answer is El Toro, Jalisco, and State Representative Tom Taylor.
El Toro, Jalisco, and the Representative Tom Taylor.
Name 3 things that'll be loaded on Cinco de Mayo. The answer is oil of Olay.
Oil of Olay.
What do Mexicans put in their hair? Time to think of these things.
Yes, you have time, sir.
Jumper cables and the original El Taco.
Oh, boy. Jumper cables and the original El Taco.
Name 2 things that'll be busy on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, jumper cables because they're always breaking down. Oh, man.
The Pope holds in his hand the last
finally, that's one, finally. Oh, God.
May you be downwind from Nancy Grace's Cinco de Mayo dinner.
Yow.
The answer is, cover me, Buckingham Palace and a Mark Aram remote.
Buckingham Palace and a Mark Aram remote.
Name 2 places you go to meet the Queen.
Play a little bumper. Popenac, the Magnificante. Oh, is he still on? There we go. Newsbreaker line there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kevin. This is Donald Trump calling.
Donald, man, what do you think about Chris Matthews oogling your wife with lust?
Oh, my God, the guy is sick. What did he say? And I'd like to see her go down the runway or something.
Yeah, really, she's got it, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow, brutal. Donald.
You know, it looks like I'm going to be the presumptive nominee now.
Sure, you got it, sir. It's over.
The only thing could stop me is if Ted Cruz's father decides to have me assassinated like he did with JFK, you know.
No, sir, once again.
I would never, ever spread a story like that. You know, it's just something. I'm repeating what I heard.
You just heard it? You're telling other people
There's
about
a lot. If I'm president, we're going to look into this. There's a lot of unanswered questions about that day in Dallas when JFK was assassinated.
Unanswered questions,
Well,
sir.
Nobody's ever explained why State Representative Mary Margaret Oliver was grazing on the grassy knoll. I mean, we need answers to these questions. You know. Vicente Fox has done a 180. You saw that, right?
Yeah, he apologized to you, yeah?
Yeah, he wants me to come down to Mexico. He's even invited me down to Mexico to speak. So I figure, you know, they're going to want me to speak. And Melania is very excited. She's trying to learn some Spanish because she's given up on English. As you can pretty much tell. Anyway,
yes, sir.
I'm sure that I'll be asked to speak to Mexican people. They love me. So I've worked up a few jokes, you know.
Oh, excellent. Could you maybe share? Excellent. Here we go.
You know the best way to get a Mexican to swim, right?
No, I don't, sir.
You put a fence in front of the pool.
Oh,
They'll love that one. Do you think they like that one?
I think they will, sir.
Do you know how many illegals it takes to change a flat tire?
No, I don't, sir.
Well, it depends on how many of them you have to get out of the trunk first. That should kill down in Mexico, right?
Yeah, they're going to love that one.
You know what you call a building filled with Mexicans?
No, I don't, sir.
Jail.
Jail. No, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Jail.
You know why there were only 600 Mexicans at the Alamo?
I don't know, sir.
They only had 2 station wagons.
No, that can't be true.
Those are good jokes, right?
Those are some of the good ones right there, sir.
Well, it looks like Ed Henry of Fox. I know Ed Henry's a good guy. He looks like he's really up the Varsity Creek without a paddle, and I got to clean that one up,
Yes,
you know.
you did, sir.
Everybody's blasting.
Yeah.
They're blasting, boy, Ed Henry.
Poor Ed.
1 to 3 a.m. truck driver host Mark Aram really lambasted Ed Henry.
Did he really, sir?
Yeah, not over the infidelity, the fact that it was with a woman. Because little Mark frowns upon such things.
He's going to attack
But I
me
would
again.
never ever repeat that, you know, he likes women as much as the next guy. I mean, you know, I would never repeat that myself.
I would never say anything. I was a wonderful man. The Donald, right? Thanks for helping, sir.
Glad to help.
Put that all on the record. The Donald, the king, he's going to be president. What a country. 1256. 121. Time for the Newsmaker line. Let's see who's on the old Newsmaker line. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Kimberly. Live from Walmart Plaza. This is Tom Brokaw. Let me see what the news going.
We have it's Tom Brokaw. We have kind of a bad line, sir. On the
Well,
phone.
I had a call. I could not believe that my colleague and fellow colleague Marxist, Chris Matthews,
Chris Matthews was in there.
was ogling over Melania Trump.
He was doing something with Melania, sir.
Ogling over Melania
Ogling.
Trump.
All right, sir. We have a bad line.
I was so outraged, I called him on the phone, and I said, Chris, buddy, you got to get a hold of yourself. And he said, hey, Tom, you're too late on that one. Let's have a highball. Well, today is the 57th birthday of my other colleague, Brian Williams.
Brian Williams' birthday. Yes.
The second most dishonest person I've ever met, Kimmer.
Second most, sir?
Well, I say second because Brian never promised that they weren't getting ready to hire the biggest moron in the history of radio to be the Kimmer's new boss. That would still qualify as the biggest lie I've ever heard. But Brian Williams, what a pathological liar this guy is.
It's a pathological lie. All right, sir.
You'll get a kick out of this. We were sitting in the newsroom day.
Yeah.
And Brian claims that when he was a young reporter, Jimmy Carter invited him to the governor's mansion and told him that he was getting ready to run for president.
I was there. That was me. I was in the room.
Oh, it got worse. Then the Lion Saka. Brian Williams said he said he was playing the Doral Country Club of the Blue Monster down in Florida, and he claimed he played with Lawrence Taylor and Jim Brown.
That was me.
He said he shot in the 70s and took their money.
That was temperature. It was
Can
real.
you freaking believe that? What a bullboy that was.
Yeah, Van's taking my stories now. Incredible. My God. Get your own
No, he is a pathological liar. He talked about the skiing trip where he met Charles Bronson, and that Carol Burnett once kissed him, and it made the national news. I mean, the guy, you couldn't believe anything he said. I mean,
get his own stories. These are my stories.
Brian Williams will take credit for damn near anything.
Yes, he will, apparently.
Yeah, he once said to Nicole Brown Simpson, "I'll leave the damn sunglasses. I'll buy your mother a new pair." Brian Williams swore he told Hangman, you take one call from Brent the truck driver, you'll just encourage the guy and he'll ruin your show for 3 years.
He swears he wore it.
Why don't Yeah, I once told Brian Williams that, he should put Cialis on all of his stories.
Cialis on all of his stories?
Well, he couldn't keep them straight, I mean, it
just... Reading harder than ever.
Great to be on the show. Always up. He swears that he was in New Orleans and he told Kimmer, you'd be a fool to get married again.
Now, see, I should have listened. What did that cost me? Bye-bye, Nest.
That's why you're doing what you're doing, right?
I'm back to work, baby. Thank you so much, Tom Brokaw. Yowie. It's the Newsmaker line. This is the old Newsmaker line. Good afternoon.
Hi, Kimmer. This is Kirk Douglas calling.
Hey, Kirk, how you feeling? How's it going?
Yeah, my golf game's improving.
It's getting better, sir?
Yeah, I'm working on my stroke.
Stroke, sir.
I freeze up at impact. Anyway, out here in California, they've raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
$15 an hour.
Not a bad idea. At $15 an hour, maybe Mark Arum could make a down payment on an IQ.
He's the defender of the Death Star, but we suck on blood. Hates the Kimmer.
Yeah, you what? I feel sorry for Carly Fiorina.
Do you, sir? How wise?
Well, she was only Ted Cruz's running mate for 1 week.
1 week.
Which has to be the 7 most meaningless, unproductive, and unrewarding days since Larry Wax filled in for the Kimmer and Michael Graham. They dig up Walter M. Sterling. This guy is to radio what Mark Arum is to fatherhood. Come on.
I'm not sure what that means, sir. Tough crowd.
I read where a biotech company in Philadelphia has developed technology to bring the dead back to life.
The dead back to life.
Yeah, the first person to sign up was Scott Slade.
Oh, no, he's a wonderful fellow.
Imagine how much better that morning snooze fest would be with a live host.
Very, very
great mood, by the way. I thought Tom Brokaw was a big hard on his old colleague Brian Williams.
A bit hard on him, I mean.
Sure, Brian Williams is a liar, but even Brian wouldn't edit a 10-year-old Trump interview and then try to pass it off as a real McCoy. And then lie even more when he got caught. I mean, sure, Brian Williams is dishonest, but he wouldn't allow a disease cherry to fly him up to D.C. and not go to any of the meetings or mingle with the people or get together with the senators and the House members, but instead play on his computer by the pool at the charity's expense and then lie to the AJC and claim he did go to all the meetings.
That's an incredible scenario, sir.
Quite a diatribe, but all I'm trying to say is there's bigger liars out there than Brian Williams. And their stories are every bit as shaky as anything Brian ever told. Now, I know there was a lot there, but you could read about it all.
It certainly was, sir. It certainly was.
Did you follow me on all that?
I followed you every darn word of it, sir.
Written transcript. Explain something else to me,
Yes,
Kimmer.
sir. Of course, Kirk.
When Caitlyn Jenner used the ladies' room at the Trump Tower, did she cuss herself out for leaving the seat up? I said.
She did.
I guess this turnabout is fair play that Donald will allow Ann Coulter to use the men's room, right? Goodness knows Michelle Obama has. I mean, you know.
She used to be a guy, I'm saying.
Michael LaVaughn Robinson, star football player.
You could look it up.
Always glad to contribute.
Kirk Douglas right here with total honor, sir.
The problem with my stroke is I get right to impact and I just freeze.
You just freeze right at the ball. Hit the ball. Oh, my God. Still don't feel so good myself. Hold on.